What's up guys, welcome back to the lab, and we are going to be going through another total body workout today, and we're going to be using a medicine ball for this one. So we're going to start things out like we've been doing. We're going to play around with these two isometric postures on each side, sort of educate or warm up that side bend, that side body, and that core, and take that information and put it through the rest of our workout. So first thing we're going to do, this is sort of a variation of something we would call the royal coil. And again, this is to establish this connection to our lat on one side of the body, then the other. We're going to do this for about a 30-second hold. We're going to take the ball like so. You're going to place it directly over your head. You're going to step your right foot ahead of you and sort of take your eyes on a fixed point ahead. So all my weight's in my right foot. I'm then going to take my left foot. I'm going to sink down and cross it over. I like to keep myself on the top of the foot so that I don't put weight in it. You can do whatever you need to though. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pull the ball down to our right side, sort of bringing that right elbow to that back pocket. And we sort of want to be able to hold the ball like that, almost like I'm holding a tray, like a waiter. I'm going to get this other arm over top and sort of aim it towards that same point that my right foot's at. And we're going to just hold this position, sort of contract this right lat for about 30 seconds. Really establish that connection. We're trying to keep our sort of the back of our head or sort of the base of our skull directly over the front of the foot. So from the front here, you'll sort of see my head is sort of right over my foot, if not outside of it a little bit. And if I give you a little side shot, you would see that my head is sort of reaching forward, or it's over top of that right foot or in front of it slightly. Okay. Again, about 30 seconds here. Again, really just trying to establish, connect to this right side body. You'll probably even notice my spine and my shin are sort of at the same angle, so it's this nice athletic position. I'm feeling that glute, I'm feeling that right lat. Whew. All right, that's about 30 seconds. We'll hit the other side. Again, I'll sort of show the front shot. I'll turn it sort of halfway through. We're gonna get our eyes fixed on a point. We're gonna step towards that point, make sure all that weight shifts over to that leg we stepped with, which is the left. Hands are overhead with the ball. I'm going to sink and bring that right foot across, but I'm keeping that weight forward on that left foot. I'm going to drop that hand and that elbow towards that back pocket. So I'm holding that med ball like a tray. I'm then going to sort of sink in, make sure I've got all my positions ready so that left shoulder's really low, that head's out in front, over the balls of the feet, all my weight's forward. I'm maximizing this sort of long side on this right side. I tend to be very vertical like this where the elbow's up. You can be a little more aggressive if the shoulders are tight and you need to get the elbow low. Again, I'll sort of show that side shot. So all that weight's sort of forward. Back of the neck is trying to reach out over the feet. That's going to help you keep like an aggressive athletic posture. Cool. So that's about 30 seconds. Again, we've run that about 30 seconds on each side for about 2 to 3 sets. Usually 2 is enough to really associate to that line. And then we're gonna get into some work sets. So we'll see you there. All right guys, we just finished our ISOs. We're ready to get into some work now. We're gonna sort of take advantage of these burpees and these deck squats that we worked on last time. Now without the Propulse speed trainers, we're gonna be utilizing a med ball and we're gonna be throwing them aggressively at a wall. So the use of a nice kind of like 14-inch sort of soft throwing ball like this is great, and again, something that you're okay to throw at. If you don't have something to throw it at, you could absolutely be out in the middle of a field and just throw it for max effort and sort of chase after it each time. So 2 moves we're going to go over. We're going to do a burpee with a throw, and I'm sort of going to be mentioning or emphasizing sort of where we are in the core. So we're always trying to learn where we're trying to drive movement from in regards to the core. So I'll be mentioning sort of like the abs or maybe the back as we're moving through this. So we're gonna start things out. Ball's gonna be on the ground here. I'm gonna drop down into a push-up. I'm really gonna try to emphasize almost even compressing this med ball a little bit through the heels of the hands as I go for that push-up. I'm gonna pop up. I'm gonna pull the ball up to my chest, and then we're gonna throw it forward, trying to keep the shoulders level as we do that and really try to drive that throw from that lower back. So I'm here, I drop down. When I hit that bottom position, it's okay to sit here and try to like drive the heels of the hands into the ball to try to pop it a little bit, okay? We're gonna pop up. I'm gonna pick the ball up in like a rolling fashion so the hands are underneath of it. I'm gonna roll it up into position. That's gonna load up my lats and sort of let me start leaning forward. And then I'm gonna use that lean and all that aggressive athletic angling that we just worked on, and we're gonna send this ball right into the wall. So it's push up, rolling, and throw. We're gonna hit 4 reps of this. Take your time between reps. You don't need them to be fast. We want them to be super explosive and powerful and feel those transitions. So here, I compress a little, pop up. I'm gonna roll the ball lean and send that ball straight out from the chest. Again, trying to feel all that expression from that low back, sending that ball away. All right, we'll go one more for me. And right now we're trying to stay sort of in this bilateral world. So there's no specific side bend we're working on. We're trying to take that information from that side bend we just did, put it into this guy, and then maximize that carryover into real world events like throwing something. So that was sort of our burpee variant where we're throwing a ball now. Now we're gonna move sort of into that same like deck squat type thing we did last week. We're gonna be exploring this idea again, holding the ball here. I'm gonna pop down, I'm gonna roll back. I can kind of touch the ball to the ground. I can reach that up to kind of get it out in front of me when I'm in that low squat. That will assist with that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll it into the body. So I'm gonna keep that same hand position and steer and roll. You'll see how the elbows sort of flare out as I do that. And then we're gonna send it at the wall in the same fashion, but from a lower position, all right? So again, reset, I go down, I can use that weight and that shape to sort of get me into a low squat. So I can comfortably roll back as I come up, pull in, send it out. And again, when you pull in, I really wanna emphasize that like steering or that rolling the ball in, not just pulling it in, all right? Here we go. All right, and we go one more rep. Again, reach out, kind of get that assist for that low squat. Roll back, up, roll, and throw that guy. All right, so again, just 4 reps of each. We're working on just being as powerful as we can, working on sort of loading up into those postures to get as much power out of them as possible. Take your time going through those 4 reps. We'll do about 4 sets of that, and then we're gonna move into some accessory work. All right, guys, we just finished the work sets. We're gonna get into some accessory or what we're gonna call rotational movements. So now we're gonna be working on transitioning from one side bend to the other, and we're gonna use that information we've already been learning from the ISO and from the work sets to sort of transition this ball into the wall like we've been doing. So we're gonna be using that same med ball. We're gonna start with a pivot step to throw. We're gonna start things out. We're gonna sort of set a very similar posture that we did in the ISO at the beginning. So I'm locked into my right lat here and I'm facing you guys, all right? I'm gonna do a bit of like an underhand scoop, like I'm doing like an underhand pitch. And I'm gonna drop my left elbow onto my left side now. So I'm in the same sort of position on the other side. I'm gonna load that left lat and I'm gonna jump and throw and transition onto that right side. So I'm fully committing my weight and everything onto that right side as I'm throwing and releasing that ball towards the wall, okay? So we'll pop out about 4 reps here, that's 1. 4 on each side. So we're getting about 8 reps total. All right, so I set the right, I drop to the left, and transition to the right. Set the right, drop to the left, transition to the right. So I'm really, again, I really like to focus on sticking these sort of core postures. The rest of the work sort of comes along with it. On the right, drop to the left, switch to the right. All right, let's try the other side now. So we're on the left, I pivot, drop to the right, jump, throw, and switch to that left foot. Left, right, left. Left side, right elbow to you guys, all my weight's on that left. I pivot and drop, throw and transition. 2 more. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Awesome, cool. So, finish that one up. Again, about 4, you could do up to 6 on each side there, but really working on those nice transitions. You can be super deliberate about each repetition, really feel that you're sticking those postures, feeling that power. We're gonna move over to the wall here now. We're just gonna do a nice little face away from the wall, sort of pivot and slam. You're gonna really, as we turn to do this, gonna encourage you to really try to get this backside elbow, shoulder and elbow as low as possible, and you're gonna try to get that elbow to sort of reach for your midline. So it'd be reaching like for my spine as I'm rotating at the same time. That's gonna allow me to get sort of this long side or this open side as I drop down, hit the wall, catch it, repeat the same thing on the other side. But if you're not getting that really like low, tight elbow, it tends to veer the ball away. The ball might run from you a little bit, which is okay. Take it one rep at a time if you need to. So here, right, I'm gonna pivot, boom, I hit as hard as I can. That elbow's nice and low, this one's nice and high. Creates that blade, boom. That 8 to 12 reps of this. Again, pivot low, you'll see that elbow really throws itself out to the side as I drop in, all right? So again, 8 to 12 reps there, looking for that left side to right side transition or feel. We'd go for about 3 to 5 sets of this, 8 to 12 reps of each, and then that wraps up another total body workout in the lab. We'll see you guys next time.